Biafran Time, we are priceless. Don't you know, yeah, we are massive. Get to feel in the street, who is writing. Not nation of our holy. The whole world is on notice. The genocide will could stop us. What the man would do was a warlord. Stop the genocide and save us. The whole world on the level scale. Can't you break rules and you fix it? It's thoughts we are officially born. They don't know we are sharks on the ocean. Give it up, it's the scene. So you must put you in, so put you in.
Chineke kwechirigo, anyị kwechirigo ụmụ Chineke kwechiri. We're coming from a land of rising sun. We can never rest until we have friends restored. Ụmụ Chineke zukọ, anyị zukọ, ụmụ Chineke zukọ, obi Chukwu.
Biafrans, I greet you in the name of Elohim Chukwokika Biama on this particular day, on the 4th of December 2021. I repeat, 4th of December 2021 on this Shabbat day morning. From my location, I greet you. I greet Biafrans all over the world, friends of Biafra, freedom lovers, I salute you. Our leader, His Excellency Mazin Nandekano, I salute you. Shabbat Shalom from here. I'm Rabbi Charles, speaking once again from my location. Before I commence, I would like us to pray briefly. If you are driving, don't close your eyes, don't bend your head. Just open your eyes and keep on concentrating while you are listening with your listening device, while we pray briefly before I go into the word of life. Elohim, eternal King of glory, we thank you for this day. It is written in your word that unto you shall the gathering of your people be. We have gathered to share your word, O God, to encourage us, O God. Eternal Rock of Ages, I'm a man, I'm a mortal being. Father, you always use the clay vessels to do your work. That is why we are created, to represent you on this planet Earth, to take charge of what you have commanded us to do on this planet Earth. I pray, I submit my mortal body into your mighty and able hands. And I ask you to use me to speak expressly to your people today. May I not do harm to your word. As I share your word, Father, give me insight and revelation. Father, all this I ask in the name of your only Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, I pray. He said, I want to take my reading today on this glorious morning, on this wonderful day, the day the Lord has made. I want to take my reading from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4. I want to take my reading. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 32. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 32. It is written, For I ask now concerning the days that are past, which were before you, since the day that God created man on the earth, and ask from one end of heaven to the other, whether any great thing like this has happened, or anything like this, anything like it has been heard. Did any people ever hear the voice of God speaking out of the midst of the fire, as you have heard and lived? Or did God ever try to go and take for himself a nation from the midst of another nation, by trials, by signs, by wonders, by war, by a mighty hand, and an outstretched arm, and by great terrors, according to all that the Lord your God did for you in Egypt before your eyes? Let me stop there. You see, God was actually speaking to the people of Israel in the wilderness when they have crossed the Red Sea. He said, ask, has it happened in the history of humanity that the Elohim himself came down to take a nation out of another nation? A nation that was trapped in a nation. That is my topic today. A nation trapped in a nation, or in a contraption. That's the better word. A nation trapped in a contraption. We know the story. Nigeria was framed, amalgamated 1914. And it was an experiment that would last for 100 years. They did not do this thing by balloting or by referendum. They forcefully put people together, different divergent groups together, to extort what they have for their interest. Okay? And they forced them under the barrel of a gun to come together. If you can say today that you have the referendum or documentation that backed Nigeria up, I challenge you to bring it out. Let's see. I will tell you that you have nothing. I know what I'm talking about. The man who came into Africa from the British contraption, British government, he came all the way from Britain to has been in India before. His name was Frederick Lugard, whom you call, they made him Lord. Okay? It's a title that you can be obtained when you do what the government of British or the British government asks you to do. You can get a Lord. You can be a Lord. You can be knight. It's a title. So, and that title means owner. Okay? So he came to West Africa, came to Nigeria, and forcefully put people together. And they framed up an experiment that will last for 100 years. That experiment expired in 2014. So you can count yourself as a lucky generation. You are a member of this generation. We are lucky to see the end of Nigeria. Imagine those who were under that subjugation 1914, 1915 to 1940, even to 1946, 1947 when World War took place. So Nigeria, after amalgamation of Nigeria, World War started. And soon after World War, First World War, the Second World War started in the 40s, middle of 40s, 46, 45, 46, but in the 40s. And they saw this thing, they didn't have hope of when will this thing end. They were there. And a lot of forces, a lot of killings began to take place. What were they killing the other side for because of what they have? Biafra was forced to become part of Nigeria. Biafra was an existing nation. Biafra was an existing nation before the British came. And they were transacting with Biafrans under the government of Biafra as at that time. So when they took advantage, when they saw the vulnerability of the people there, they now began to lure people. Slave trade took place as well. While they were there, they were buying people, buying even Biafrans, taking them to foreign countries and reselling them. Buying and selling was the order of the day as at that time. Buying human beings and selling human beings as at that time. At the end, they were coming, taking palm oil, from palm oil to crude oil. They discovered crude oil and they were taking it. You understand? And the people, Nigeria was designed actually to benefit those that founded it. And they were looting every resources of Nigeria, of Biafran people, to the British, to Great Britain. And they were sharing some of those loot to the northern part. And they were sharing them. What they did is to make the Biafran people, to make them they demoralized them and brought their mind down and gave them slave mentality. That is what is playing out here today. A lot of Biafran, and people can ask me, are you telling me in all these things that we've been saying that Biafrans are wise people, civilized, great people, wonderful people, and then do they have slave mentality? You can see it playing out here. You can see it playing out. A slave mentality is when you can be able, you have the tendency or mindset that you can sell your brother and get money from that business. That means you are a slave. These Biafrans have slave mentality when they believe that they can betray somebody. Only in the slave, when there was slave trade, that you can see all these things. Betrayal, sabotaging, compromising, and because they want something to eat with little money. Okay? And it went on and on and on. The same method, the children of Israel entered Egypt. They were entering Egypt not because they were bought. The only person that was bought was Joseph. His brother sold him, and Joseph became the source of their sustenance when famine hit. They went to Egypt all by themselves. But while they were there, they gradually entered into slavery. Just like while we were in our own land, we gradually entered into slavery. A lot of people don't know that they are slaves in Biafra land. The people who has nothing, all of a sudden, they are beginning to have everything. The people who doesn't have that oil, the gas, control or in charge of the gas and oil coming out of Biafran land. They invited foreign people to come and made them to sign agreement that this oil belongs to them. And I want to tell you, this thing they did is about to reverse. It's about to be reversed. That thing they did, that lies they told people, is about to be reversed. And Nigeria and their handlers will pay heavily for what they have done to Biafran land and to Biafran people. That is what I came to tell us today. Taking a nation out of a contraption. That is my topic, don't forget that. Taking a nation out of a contraption. If Israel was taken out of a nation, Egypt was already a nation as at that time. Established nation. Everybody believed that in Egypt civilization began. Civilization began from Africa. And Egypt was very, very at the peak of that civilization at that time. Egypt, I can say at that time, is just like United States we see today. Everybody will love to go to Egypt. People love to go to US. People love to go to Dubai. Egypt was like Dubai or US at that time to see modern things, technology. And they were trooping there, even trade. And the people of the children of Israel were in slavery, producing so many things for them, building houses for them. Egyptians were rejoicing, they were relaxing because they've got cheap labor, slaves. Just like Nigeria is doing today. They've got the land of Biafra where they can come and do anything they like and go. And the interesting thing or the funny thing is that they have people they call the governors, senators from Biafra region. And you expect these men to ask, why are all these things happening? They are not saying it because they are afraid that they will be killed. That is what is happening. And this thing happened in the past. And it is repeating once again before our very eyes. And God began to speak to the children of Israel to remind them what he did for them. I want to read something. I want to show you something again. What God said concerning what he did in the past. He said in verse 33, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 33, he said, did any people ever hear the voice of God speaking out of the midst of the fire as you have heard and live? Or did God ever try to go and take for himself a nation from the midst of another nation? You see, he went to take a nation from the midst of another nation by trials, by signs, by wonders, by war. You hear that? You see, when you want to take a nation from another nation, you will get confrontation. And that confrontation can be God indeed himself came down to engage the nation of Egypt by trials, by signs, by wonders. Since he gave them some trials, they didn't want to adhere to it. He gave them signs. The rod of Moses became serpent, and they threw their own rod. It became serpent. The magicians of Egypt became serpents, and the one of Moses swallowed that of Egyptian magicians, swallowed the rod of the magicians, and Moses took it by the tail again. That was sign or signs, or even wonders, turning river Nile into blood is a wonder. Now, I want to show you something. Next to it is by war. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, there is no war, we don't want to have any war. But there is war going on in Nigeria. Nigeria brought war to Biafran land. Nigeria, like they did 1967 to 70, brought war again. Look at what happened in our Mama. Look at Izombe. Look at Enugu. Look at so many places. Look at the killings going on here and there. And people say there is no war. There is war going on. Only that you are not seeing it. There is war. He said, by a mighty hand and by an outstretched arm and by great terrors. I said it in a platform yesterday. you see your enemy taking you down, when you see your enemy doing some certain things to you, you can apply anything to terrorize them in order for them to let go. God did it in Egypt. God gave them plagues. That is an act of terror. God let mad boys come out of them, out of their bodies. God even brought frogs all over, frogs everywhere. God did that. God himself did so many wonders. Hail, hailstone, fire coming out from heaven. He did that. This is an act of terror. God had power to do all. He has power to do all these things. He has power to do all these things. God did all these things in order to showcase his power to the land of Egypt and to Egyptians. And when people come to tell you today that we don't need all these things, we have to follow them systematically, approach them nicely, and then we give it to you. And God said, an outstretched arm. There was arm involved. There was arm involved. He said that you might know that the Lord himself is God. There is no other besides him. There is no God besides him. He did all these things to showcase his wonders to the land of Egypt, that is God and God alone. And when we are facing the same situation today, we are a nation in the midst of another nation. And Elohim wants to take us out of that nation. And there are things happening that people don't understand. Elohim is at war. He is trying to tell us that we should remain formidable and persevere. Don't look at the sides of the enemy. Don't look at them. For these Egyptians you see today, the Zulu Nigeria you see today, you shall see Nigeria no more. The Lord said, I will fight for you and you shall hold your peace. Do the right thing. Don't give up. Don't be afraid. When you look at the military, I have told them, and I got updates when somebody called me. I said, that a lot of people are, where they were saying, how dare you say that you are giving them 90 days to move out of Biafran land? Who are you to say that? I want to tell the folks saying that you have your lane, you dare your lane, I dare my lane. If our leader gave me tasks to do, and I'm doing it, and you come right now and say, I shouldn't do it, that I don't have the legitimacy, the right to do it, I will simply tell you to go to hell and remain there. You have to be in hell. You have to go to hell and remain in hell. I have to do the work of him who sent me while it is day, for night is coming when no man shall walk. I am doing the job that he asked me to do. And I will do it and deliver it clear, and you will say it, and you will be ashamed because you couldn't do what you were asked to do, because you compromised. That is your problem. And you said, if you said that the enemy, I am fighting the enemy you are asked to fight, and I gave the enemy ultimatum to leave the place within 90 days, and you come to tell me who gave me the right, the power to remove the enemy, that the enemy shouldn't be removed. That means you are working with the enemy. You see, you are exposing yourselves, all of you. You are exposing yourself. I'm telling you today, the enemy that we are looking at today is combined forces sent from different countries in Africa to take the land of Biafra and the entire Nigeria. That is what they are sent to do. When you capture some of them, they don't speak English. They don't speak the native language of the land. They're speaking foreign languages to you. That is to tell you that they are not from your place. They are not your brothers. They are not indigenous people. That is what they are doing. So aren't you going to be wise to do something needful to protect your land? I came to tell us today that what our leader asked me to do is what I have been doing. And very soon you will see the manifestation of that, and you won't have any choice than to ask for forgiveness, if there will be forgiveness at that time. You can run from Jerusalem to Jericho. All we are saying is that I am doing the job that our leader gave me and Elohim mandated me to do. To do what? To drive the enemy out of our land. You heard him saying that. We're not going to repeat that clip all the time to you. So the enemy that is in our land must be driven away. I am telling them, I gave them the ultimatum yesterday, the 3rd of December 2021, to get out of our land. They have 90 days to do that. We don't want confrontation at the moment, but we gave them the time to leave our land and to carry their things and go. Any other thing they see, after that, they will blame themselves for being there. They are duly warned, they are duly informed to get out of our land. That thing they are taking is more than enough. They can go and leave our land and leave our land in peace. That is what I have told them. And Nigeria will definitely comply with this. Because when that thing starts, Nigeria will be nowhere to be found. The handlers will be hunted down everywhere, wherever they may be. They will be hunted down for genocidal activities they have been carrying out in Biafran land. That is what we are talking about. The killings going on there, the assassination going on there, ethnic cleansing going on there. That is what we are talking about today. I may offend you because you have Fulani friends, you have Fulani relatives, you are working for them, you will get your paycheck from them. I understand that. But the owner of the land, Elohim, the one that established the nation of Biafra, is warning you people today to take your things and go. Isn't it a very great thing to do? To take your things and go in peace so that we can have our land. This is what Elohim is telling me to tell all of you. Anybody can fight. Anybody can rant. But the truth of the matter is, the instruction has been given to you. You are duly informed to get out of that land where you are. Enough is enough. The time the amalgamation process has been completed and the people are diametrically opposed to each other. They are not the same people. I can give you countless of reasons or examples. I spoke yesterday in a platform saying that the Nigerian corrupt military Boko Haram government gave police a fine to pay. I said in that leave 5 million. It is 15 million, not 5. I beg your pardon. 15 million fine for unlawfully detaining Boko Haram terrorist suspect that they caught. And they are indeed terrorists. But you did not fight. The same people are holding our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, in detention and in cell for doing nothing. They didn't even arrest him in the contraption called Nigeria. They extraordinarily renditioned him from another country, Kenya, to Nigeria, violated every known human right. But they are good to tell you in their mainstream media or social media that police was fined 15 million naira for illegally, unlawfully detaining Boko Haram members. So what does that tell you? I am asking those people who claim that they are in charge, leadership. What does that tell you? That you can't fight. What is that saying to you? That our leader is being held against his will, kidnapped from another country to the zoo, and is not a citizen of Nigeria. It's a terrorist act. And somebody is telling you, the law abiding, you don't fight them, you don't do this, you don't do that. Now I ask you, for how long will you live in this state of mind? For how long will you live in this state of mind? The mindset that you have. For how long will you be believing that these people are telling you the truth? So when they tell you, don't fight, don't protest, your right is your right. You have your right to say no to what they are doing. You have the right to sit at home in protest, in solidarity to our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, every Monday. Said, you're not going to go anywhere. Everywhere locked down, regardless of what they are telling you, because they are telling you to live as if everything is fine, so that they can harm our leader. That is what they are trying to do. So if you lock everywhere down, to let them know that you are not satisfied, you are not pleased with injustice going on there. Because if you don't do the right thing, tomorrow it could be your turn. Tomorrow it could be you. You will be next. So I am just telling us today that Monday is a priority. Sit at home every Monday. They will tell you you are hurting your economy. Your economy is not being, it is not your economy. You are not benefiting from it. It is just deception. They are actually trying to deceive you, to make you know, believe that this is your economy. What has Nigeria done for you? Since the inception of Nigeria, what can you say that you have gained from Nigeria, if not death? Since Nigeria was framed, that contraption, what can you say that you have gained, if not death, sorrow, disaster, subjugation, slavery? What else can you say you have gained? And you will be willing, praying that you want to run out of Nigeria. Running out is not the good thing. When Elohim allowed us to come out, we came out because he has plans that we can be able to support you guys to do the needful. And that is how it is. I just want to let you know, as you are listening to the sound of my voice today, that Elohim is talking to you. I am not against what anybody fighting for our liberation, not at all. If you are fighting the enemy, the common enemy, you are my comrade. But when I am fighting the common enemy, you're telling me that I shouldn't fight, I should keep quiet, then I will tell you to bloody go to hell and remain there. You're a liar. You don't have, if somebody told me, get me up there this morning, said, some people were fighting against what you said, that I gave the zoo 90 days to leave the Biafran region. And the person told me, these are the people that claim to be in charge. I laughed at them. I said, you see what I mean? So everything, all the onus lies on you, Biafrans, to think, to reason, who are the true freedom fighters, and who are those that want you to be the slave of the enemy. They can capture any department in IPOB. They haven't captured my department. They can never. Rather, the department where I am working from will destroy the zoo. I am the emissary. I am working from the department of emissary. So there is nothing hell can do. There is nothing they can do. Oh, that is what I can tell you. There is nothing hell can do. I just want to encourage you, Biafrans, because yesterday was very strenuous for me. I was in a program for more than 4 hours. And I will never stop fighting until everything we are fighting for is achieved, from A to Z, achieved. I will never relent until I see the zoo destroyed. I will never relent. That is my mission. And that my mission must be carried out, must be accomplished. I want to greet you, Biafrans, those of you listening to the sound of my voice, telling you that there is certainty in this uncertain time. Elohim gave us certainty that Biafra has come, that you shouldn't be afraid. The Nigeria you see today, you shall see Nigeria no more. Elohim declared it, that Nigeria will fizzle away and their handlers will be on the run. Take it from me, it is not a threat, it's a promise. It shall come to pass. On this note, I want to tell you, happy Shabbat Shalom. I wish you that. I wish you the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. I want you to be focused. I want you to believe that Elohim is in control. That this zoo you see today, you will see them no more. On this note, I say thank you to you for listening. And I say Shabbat Shalom. Ndewo mo Chineke, ndewo.